Hello everybody, welcome to the stream, welcome to another day in Azeroth. Hope everybody is doing fantastic on this Tuesday. What is new? What is good, guys? Oh gosh, escape from Durnhold. Oh, my nightmare. Oh, dare I try to do Mana Tombs today? I feel like the time is nigh. We're definitely at the right level to be able to tank Mana Tombs. But whether or not our gear is up to snuff, that's another question. Let's get ourselves back to Outland. Eags, Talon, Dante, Saber, SimCity Ricky, welcome to the stream, guys. Mogra. Okay, we're gonna sit in the queue for a bit. Maybe we'll get an invite as a tank. Did I queue up as tank? I think I did. Yeah, we're marked properly. We'll sit in the queue for a bit. We have a couple of quests we were thinking about working on. I think every time we headed towards one of these quests, we got a dungeon invite. So maybe we should start with the closest. I don't know how questing is going to go as prot. It's probably going to feel really slow unless I pull lots of guys. So if we are going to run around and quest as protection, I'll try to pull extra stuff. Otherwise, it might feel like a drag. Not that we were killing things really quickly with Ret. Yeah. Ugh. I mean, that's it. That's the 1-to-1 kill rate. That's a pretty slow kill rate. So we probably won't be doing a lot of that. Do we have the equipment manager? Oh, we do have the equipment manager in the game. Okay. So, this is our tank set. Wait, is this an add-on that I have doing this? This doesn't look legit. I must have an add-on that I don't even know about. Yeah, this doesn't look in-game now that I take a second look at it. But hey, it's kind of what I need, because I might have to switch to Ret when we're just like out soloing stuff. Depending on how the next couple of fights go. Of course this guy's a caster. Like, why wouldn't he be a caster? Yep, I don't like it. We're gonna have to switch. Does my shield interrupt them? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I think it does, because I think it dazes. I know it dazes them and kind of slows their movement speed. So I'm assuming it interrupts casting. Like, am I going to have to start every group myself? Like, I really don't want to, but that's fine. I'm just going to keep sitting in the queue, and then whenever we're ready, I guess we'll have to find a group. Manually. I thought maybe like people would take initiative if they saw tanks in the queue, but nobody takes initiative in this game anymore. But it's like nobody wants to admit we need the automated LFG. But like we have groups sitting here that are, these groups are ready to go out, you know. These are groups ready to go out. Some of them need a healer, but nobody's taking any initiative. Nobody wants to do anything. Everybody just wants to sit in queue. And if everybody just wants to sit in queue, well, that's all perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and make it automated, so that everybody can sit in the queue just like they want to. Nobody wants to start the group or whisper somebody or any of that nonsense. So just set it up so that we can do that, so that we can all sit in the queue and be put into groups. You know, obviously nobody has any initiative. David, good morning to you and welcome to the stream. Karen, good evening. Thanks for joining us today. Why don't I take the movement speed talents? I have it on my protection spec. I just didn't grab it. It wasn't part of the spec I was looking at, so I didn't bother with it. We took it for tanking, because the movement speed also has spell avoidance. Or spell damage avoidance, or something like that. So it's recommended for the prot spec, but not for the ret spec. Apparently we need to put our points elsewhere. But I'm not a doctor. I just followed a spec for this one, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Candlejack, good morning to you. Welcome to the stream. Are we tanking? Yeah, we started tanking yesterday. So I tanked a few things. And it went well. And I figured out how to keep our mana going. So it was a good time. And I may not be the tank that Azeroth wants right now, or that Azeroth deserves. But I may be the tank that it needs. You know? Because there's no tanks. We can never do anything. We can never do anything because nobody wants to tank. And furthermore, even some of the people that want to tank, they don't want to put a group together. Like me. Like, I will put the group together eventually, but we're just getting into a really weird state of things with low-level group making and like leveling grouping. I don't know if heroics are any different, but we're just coming into a really weird time. Nobody wants to tank. Nobody wants to put the group together. It's getting strange. And I'm just wondering, like, what's the breaking point? What has to change? Do we have to wait for Wrath for any of this nonsense to go away? Like, you know, because in Wrath we're going to have plenty of tanks. Because everybody's going to be a Death Knight. So that won't be a problem. But what about the inability of people to want to actually take the initiative to begin the group? What are we doing about that? Are we getting LFG in Phase 1 of Wrath? Because in Classic Wrath the first time around, they held it out until the end of the expansion. We didn't get automated LFG in Wrath Classic until the last patch of Wrath Classic. I quit the game for a while until they put it in, then came back and did some things, but ultimately by then, you know, Wrath was winding down. I feel like maybe I have to do something here. That was a water breathing potion, but good try, Robert. How about you look at Terakar? Maybe not. Maybe we get sent back here at some point. This player is doing something. And now I am involved in what they're doing, and that's not going to work for me. They're more than happy just to drop all this shit on me, which I find very amusing. But I'm going to leash it, and I'm going to drop it back onto them. And then that's probably going to be less amusing for them. Okay, and now I want to go back and see what happens. Oh, she just gets out of dropping this shit on me. Well, that's rude. There you go. There you go, fight your own mobs. Yesterday, someone in my group asked if the hunter's pet could tank the dungeon run. Yeah, now hunters are also tanks. Yeah, you're gonna be on a hunter, you're just gonna start getting those whispers. Hey, can your pet tank mana tombs? Excuse me? I said, can your pet tank mana tombs? Yeah, we need a tank. Just wondering if maybe your pet could do it. You got like a bear or something you could pull out for this? Yeah, hunters, get your tank pets ready. Because you're gonna be in high demand, you know? You gotta go get a boar for charge. Best tanking ability, charge. It's time for Shami tanks to shine. That would be really cool, yeah. Like if they just like added a Shami spec for tanking. You know, like the Shaman, well, I don't know if the TBC Shaman does, but the vanilla Shaman, they have some tanking stuff in the enhancement tree. They have shield specialization. They have an ability which gives them more threat on their Earth Shock, I believe. Like, they have talents and like a setup for tanking, and we've done it. We tanked RFK a couple of times on an enhancement Shami back in Classic Era. But I really can't believe that I've sat in the queue as a tank, and that people are so apathetic now that nobody wants to start the group. It's all on everything's on the tank. The whole responsibility of every single thing happening. Nothing's ever gonna happen if the tank doesn't do it. Nothing's gonna happen if a tank's not online. Nothing's gonna happen if the tank doesn't have the initiative, the willpower, the attention span to reach out to everybody and start the group himself. Without the tank, nothing happens anymore. Everyone's incapable of doing anything. They can't do any part of it. They can't start the group. They can't do anything. All they can do is sit in queue. They can sit in queue for hours and hours at a time, probably wondering what they're doing with their time, and then maybe some of these people eventually quit the game. I don't know. It's really crazy. I thought for sure, like, if I put myself in the queue as a tank, I'd get instant invites from people, from just desperate DPS, right? You finally find a tank in the queue and you just like panic invite this tank. Like, but no, they're like scared. They don't even want to. They're like, oh damn, there's a tank. There's a tank. I hope he invites me. Here we go. I knew it. I knew if I just kept bitching about it. It took way too long. So if you put yourself in the queue as a tank in any system with the looking for dungeon system, you're gonna get a pop in like 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, if we had automated queuing and you put yourself in as a tank, you're gonna get a dungeon pop within 30 seconds. You'll probably get a dungeon pop immediately. It took us, what, 20 minutes? 20 minutes for someone to work up the gumption to start, like, to just reach out and invite us. Oh. I just want LFD. Good old-fashioned automated dungeons. Oh, you know what? Well, I mean, we gotta peel out of here. I got stuff to do that I didn't do, and because of that, now I have to go this way. Like I desperately need the location of reagent vendor. I need reagents. I have shit. I have nothing. I have like 11 symbols of kings, and I can't go out like this. I can't go out like this. I'm not gonna go out like this. I'm gonna run back to town. I'm gonna fly back to Shatrath. I'm gonna desperately search for a reagent vendor. Maybe I'll die doing that a couple times just to make it even longer. Just to make sure it takes even longer to get into the dungeon run. Maybe we'll die a couple times too. But yeah, I have to do that first. Oh, this is perfect. This is like, oh look, it's your perfect way in. Ha ha ha, not, sucker, eat it. Oh, I just thought I can get the town. Nope. Try again. I guess there's zero chance there's a reagent vendor here, right? Like, why would there be anything so useful so close to a dungeon? General goods. No, nobody in here. Yeah, there's nobody here. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. What are you? You are a trade goods vendor. You are a bowyer. Yep, we gotta go to Shatrath. I don't know where I'm looking in Shatrath either, but we'll just, I guess we'll try to use some tracking from Questie perhaps to help us find this thing. I bet there isn't one. I bet we gotta go like to Orgrimmar to do it or something. Let's see. We need reagents. It's not looking good. I mean, if it's supposed to be marking it on our map, it's not looking good. Maybe it only marks it on the mini-map. So I don't see a reagent vendor appearing on my map. I don't know. Yeah, that was not helpful. Oh boy. Yeah, I guess I'll Google it, you know? Like, maybe that'll help. Wow. Lower city market area. Lower, okay, so this is the lower city market area. I don't know what the hell the market area is. This is the Terrace of Light. Oh, yeah, there we go. That works. Lower city. It says somewhere here there's a reagent vendor. Supposedly. I'm assuming at this point, like, the tracking doesn't work, right? Like, is that the problem? Like, my tracking it doesn't work. I have no idea where to find a reagent vendor. I thought there would be one in the Mage Quarter, but no. No, there's not one in the Mage Quarter. Where else would I look for a reagent vendor? I have no fucking idea. Not a clue. Are we looking for specific items? We're looking for anything, any kind of upgrades for tanking, because we don't have any good stuff. All of our stuff is junk. So we're really looking for anything. We did a couple runs the other day, nothing dropped. Well, the only thing we really don't want is we don't want any one-handed axes. Because I have 0 one-handed axe skill. That's right, 0. So, you know, that's probably what'll drop. A nice one-handed axe. I feel like I'm really stressing out this healer. Male boots with agility, intellect, and attack power. Oh, that was some great focus fire that happened. Yeah, that was really, really pro. I can see there's a real good reason for me to continue trying to mark stuff in this group. That was really, really iffy. I kind of wish I hadn't done it like that. I thought we were for sure gonna get that ad, which probably would have been okay, but it would have been. It was really sloppy. I just got really lucky with that one. I don't want you guys to think I sneaked them through there intentionally. I thought this guy was gonna patrol a little bit more to the right than he did, and I just didn't watch him long enough. Total skill. Thread the needle, baby. Thread the needle. The Gunblade. Oh man, I have to take that just because Final Fantasy VIII is maybe the best Final Fantasy ever made. Does it really? Is it really a Gunblade? It better actually be a Gunblade. I've never seen that item before. Ooh, it is a Gunblade, sort of. I mean, obviously, Squall's Gunblade is much more badass. But what are you gonna do? I'm not really gonna take it. I want it anyway. Oh, thank God. Oh, that's a good omen. The Gunblade. Oh God. Oh, we got lucky there. I thought we were about to have a friend. Well, this priest is just back here like healing everybody up. There we go. Let's stop that nonsense. We're gonna have to take a little drinky break after this. Nothing's dying. You know, I interrupted the priest. I did everything I could. I can't tank and interrupt and kill everything myself. There's the mana burn just absolutely destroying the group, you know? Nobody has mana, that's why everything is still alive. This is painful. 2 dark casters, man, like 2 mana burns going off back to back. It's almost not even fair to the group. Oh God, just kill him. He's gonna live forever. This is rough. Really hoping for an FF8 remake? Yes. Oh man. I hope I live long enough to see a Final Fantasy VIII remake. I feel like I barely lived long enough to see a Final Fantasy VII remake, and that's not even done yet. But yeah, I really want to see an FF8 remake, or a remaster, or something to get something so I can play it again. I would take a remaster with voice acting, like a full remaster. Like maybe you don't remake the game, but like add a good voice acting cast to it. Like remake the cinematics. Yeah, like remake or like give a big overhaul to the FMVs. We called them FMVs back in the day. Full motion videos. Oh, did you see that sick FMV? Jesus. I'm such an old person. It needs to happen. I think Square knows that it needs to happen, and I think it will happen eventually. I think we might even see, we'd probably even see like an FF9 remake. People love 9. Best part about FF9 was the card game. The card game was the best part. They should just use the engine they used with the 7 remake. Just use that engine going forward, basically. Not the battle system part, but like the world part. Just use that, and then they can create all their remake worlds with that engine. It'd be a much lighter lift. I feel like having full mana for this would be good. Now this guy does something, but for the life of me I don't recall what it is. And I don't know if I really have to worry about it. I'm gonna face him away from the group just in case. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to think about here. Let's not think about it too much. He does an earthquake that stuns us and does quite a bit of damage. It doesn't seem like there's anything we can do to avoid it. I don't know if it can be interrupted. I'll try to interrupt it next time it goes off. If he does it again. Oh, that's... Oh, I think I missed it, but I don't know if it can be interrupted or not. But I think I missed it. It was really fast. No, the Final Fantasy games, you could put 60 hours into a Final Fantasy game and get everything you need to get out of it. You don't need 100 hours to beat games like Final Fantasy 7 and 8. You can spend 100 hours in them, because there's always tons of side stuff you can do. Go killing the Ultima weapon, stuff like that. There's all kinds of side stuff you can do, but you can see the story in like 40, 50 hours. If you're going slow and you're doing some grinding to stay powered up, maybe 60 hours. They're not 100-hour stories. I'd like to not pull these two groups together. I just don't know how possible that is. Maybe if I tag it now and I run back here. The mages can take care of these guys. At least yeah, I was counting on the mages to take care of them. Because I don't want to get blown up. There we go. I really wish they'd stop freezing it right there, because I would really love to get it to where we can fight it without it fearing us into the other room. But I mean, I guess if they can mage kite kill it, I guess that works too. Now how I expected that to go, but it's fine, I guess. 2 mages in one group, I guess that's a lot of ranged power.
this? You must forgive me, but I was not expecting company. As you can see, we are somewhat preoccupied right now. But no matter, as I am a gracious host. Fascinating things to show you.
Well, that was a very smooth run. He dropped a bow. 13 stamina, 14 crit. No hunters, no warriors, nobody who can use a bow. So yeah, that felt pretty good. We can tank whatever we want, I guess, if we're at level with it, and we seem to do okay as long as we have a competent healer with us. The problem is we're not getting any gear to drop. And we need gear, so I don't know. Portal to Shattrath? Don't mind if I do. So, I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm having a good time tanking, but eventually we're gonna need loot to drop, right? I don't know if I want to try to do anything else. Like, I don't know if I want to try to do anything more than mana tombs without getting a little bit of gear. Like, I don't know if I can do crypts. I definitely can't do set the calls yet. We might be able to do crypts. 64 to 70, but the 66 stuff, we're not ready for that yet. Not without some awesome gear to equip. That's it. Where's the drama? There's no drama when I'm tanking. Because when I'm tanking, it's typically a smooth run. What do I want to do now? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing another run, but maybe we ought to quest for a little bit. Let's at least finish up some of the quests we have in Terrakar here. Let's finish up these 2 kill quests, and then we can think about queuing up for something else. Should I run from here? I mean, flying might be a little bit faster. But just a tad.
Open your heart to the light. Be kind to those.
No, there's this thing called Blood, Seal of Blood in TBC. We're doing a Seal of Blood thing. It just is what it is. I did Seal of Command for a long time. You don't Seal Twist with Seal of Command. Seal of Command doesn't do enough bonus. It doesn't do enough holy damage consistently enough to be worth Seal Twisting with Seal of Crusader. Because Seal of Crusader boosts holy damage. So when you're judging Seal of Command, like, the only time you're getting holy damage is on a proc. I don't know, we've done Seal of Command, we're doing Seal of Blood now. I don't like either of them. I mean, I like Seal of Command, but I feel like the way I want to play it, the damage is not there. I don't think the damage is very good on either of these specs, either of these builds. But it's a little bit easier to get by when I'm soloing than when I'm trying to be a prot barely soloing. Didn't feel good, so... This is what we're doing. For this one, we're Seal Twisting. For Seal of Blood, we're Seal Twisting, Seal of Crusader, and then Seal of Blood. And so that's what we've started doing. Oh, this is lovely. Like so. For as much as it's worth. You can tell I'm not having really a lot of fun like DPSing as a pally anymore. I don't like this build that we've gone to. And I may just go back to my Seal of Command build with no seal twisting, because that's, you know, it wasn't very good. But it didn't feel like this, where like this feels like I'm putting in more effort for less of a result. So yeah, I'm pretty dissatisfied with the damage, the way that I deal damage and how much damage I deal. I don't really like it right now. I probably should just grind dungeons for a while, but I'd like to try to get this quest done, since we've been working on it for a minute. This just feels, it feels clunky and awkward. I don't like how it feels. What's the skill I used to heal my whole health bar a minute ago? That's lay on hands. That has an hour-long cooldown. So it is very much a save my ass button. Like right now I got nothing going on. I have a bubble. Like, that could save me. Let's do that. Then I have to heal manually. But yeah, once every hour you can pop lay on hands. It heals you all the way back up and gives you a tiny smidge of mana if you didn't have any mana. We're also very squishy. Maybe because our gear is just simply bad. But it's very apparent, like, we use a lot of mana, and we use a lot of health each pull. So we can go about 2 pulls before I have to, like, stop, completely eat and drink, or heal up and drink, whichever way we do it. It's a lot of downtime, and it could just be because our gear sucks. But it's hard to say. It could just be that we don't deal a lot of damage, and we take a lot of damage. What do we need? We need 2 more Nethermancers. Am I gonna have to go below? Oh, here's one. Defense cap? Oh, I don't know if that's factoring it at this level. I think I just need upgrades and we're not getting any. We've gotten 0 pieces of gear since I decided to tank. So that's a stat. Well, I mean, it's exactly what we've talked about before. Now that I'm tanking, we're not going to find healers. It's the same story, you know, it's the same story. Anytime you're playing a version of the game that, for whatever reason, doesn't have the automated LFD, like, this is the story. If you're a tank, you can't find healers. If you're a healer or DPS, you can't find tanks. Just completely avoidable type of situation. Yeah, I just noticed it's elite anyway, so I don't think we're going to be able to do it unless there happens to be another player nearby. Not this player though. We don't want this guy. Whoops. It looks like he tried to do it solo, or something happened. Maybe he'll come back. Oh, these are humans. Human, Draenei. Oh boy. What happens if I just walk up and... Item is not ready yet. Okay. Okay, good. So I can't do it while they're doing it? Is that what's happening? Uh-huh. Okay, so maybe we skip this quest. It's kind of crazy that we can't... Oh, there we go. Finally. Alright, let's just get out of here. Adrista, I don't mind at all. Glad you enjoyed the content. Thanks for checking out the stream. I always forget you can't mount up in here. It looks like an area that one could mount up in. I feel like if you can fit 2 mounts side by side and there's enough overhead space, I feel like that would be an okay place to mount up. I'm going to the stone, but I have to AFK before we do this run. I gotta get some coffee. And I have to bio before we get into things. I'm gonna like start the summon on somebody and then they can come click. Whenever the next person gets here, they can summon. So who's the closest person? I'll just summon the healer. Since he asked for a summon, and then whoever gets here after me, they can summon the rest of the people. If I'm still AFK. So let's do this. Let's do that. Alright, I'll be right back. Okie dokie. It looks like... Did we get everybody? Looks like we got everybody. That worked out. I gotta change my spec. Oh boy, that'd be embarrassing. It already looks really bad because my HP is so low. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that now. There we go. I mean, it's not very impressive, but it looks a little bit better. Well, having mana would be a good start. That was not at all what I wanted to do. I didn't anticipate it pulling the guys all the way over to the side there, but yeah, okay. That works. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, not really the kind of pull you just want to open up on when it's like 15 guys running at the tank. Like, okay, yeah, that was just... What the fuck was that pull? What was this pull? Where were these guys? I didn't see any of this shit back there, obviously. I was trying to pull one guy. Just one guy, all on his own. This is what happens. Oh, God. What a way to start. Now I don't know what to think. I clearly can't see for shit. So I don't know if this is gonna work. What happens if I pull this guy? 15 more guys come at me? I guess that's what I have to expect. I see two guys. So to answer somebody's question, they asked, like, does my shit interrupt their casting? No, my shit doesn't interrupt their casting. Are they summoning ads? Is that what's going on? Yeah, they gotta be summoning ads. Oh god. That's gonna make this unpredictably hard. Each of them summons one ad. So if I pull 3, I'm pulling 6, etc. It's... Oh shit. They're all gonna summon, right? They're all gonna summon their own ads. Here we go. Yeah, there's no way there's no way. We can't tank this yet. We need pile. I'll try a little bit more, but we need piles and piles and piles of gear before we're gonna be able to do this. I would need to have 9,000 or 10,000 HP before I could tank this successfully. Like, every fucking guy is coming with 2 or 3 ads, and I can't really predict when the ads are gonna come or where they're gonna come from. I don't know. Hmm. Okay. That's good. I'm glad that the Warlock pet just went ahead and like pulled everything. That's cool. That's what we normally have happen, right? We just have the Warlock pet tank it. I'm fine with that. It's not, I don't think it's working, you know, it's not, it clearly isn't working, but, you know, that's what happened. The Warlock pet went in and pulled all this shit. This shit's gonna pull this shit back here. That's gonna come with more ads. This place sucks. I think we're like two inches away from pulling this. I don't have Righteous Fury up. I don't have any, like, I'm not fucking ready to be playing. Why did he send his pet in like that? Nobody has buffs. Relax. Like, let's wait a second. Shit. I have no mana. His pet's like set to aggressive or something. First dungeon of the day, you're guessing? You have guessed incorrectly. You had a 50-50 chance and you failed. I got mind controlled. Can you believe that? Fucking mind controlled? Are you kidding me with this? Oh, that's lovely. I went up there on my own, they just mind controlled me. All my mana's burned. Perfect. Crips is no joke. I shouldn't be in here. I don't have the gear to be in here. This will be the last. We won't do this again. Like, I'm gonna try to get through this run, which I don't know if that's even gonna happen. I'm gonna really try to get through the run, but that's it. Like, we can't come back here until we have an actual set of actual tanking stuff. Talosite. I don't even know what talosite is. Obviously some kind of gem, some kind of crafting material. And the Band of Sorrow, 18 int 20 spirit healing and damage ring. Some pretty decent BOEs to find. It's too bad the mage needed on that ring. I bet that ring... Oh, the mage needed on it and the healer needed on it. I hope they actually... Whoever wins it actually equips it. Probably would have been worth like 100 gold on the auction house. Since I started tanking, we haven't had any tanking gear drop. And that was yesterday, so... we did 2 runs yesterday, I think? Maybe 3? No, I think 2. And we've done 1 today, so it's only been like 3 or 4 runs. But no, nothing yet. We seem to be locked in combat. There we go. Is there even tanking gear on the loot table? I mean, I assume that maybe there is. I don't know. Usually in a run there will be at least 1 possible piece of tanking gear. I don't know that there's a dungeon that they've ever made that simply doesn't have any available, but maybe like Scarlet Monastery Library, maybe that doesn't have any tanking gear. It's all caster stuff, right? Oh, being frozen in place here really sucks. I don't really remember this boss, but I remember him being a huge pain in the ass. So he's got some kind of mechanics. If you take him too far back, I need to run to the top of the stairs. Careful with line of sight and the stairs here. If you take him too far back, I need to run to the top. I don't know what that means. If I take him too far back, he'll need to run to the top of the stairs. Can I just tank him right here? Like, is this gonna work? I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I'll face him away from the group. Maybe they wanted me to tank him down there, I don't know. He's focusing on somebody. That's probably bad. What happens when he focuses on somebody? What's the deal with that fire? Should we not be standing in that? I don't know what that was. I didn't like it. It looked like fire. It looked like I was standing in it. It looked bad. He also doesn't really, like, he's not facing the way I expect him to face. I don't know why. This is kind of a mess. I have no idea what he's doing. It looks like he's shooting fireballs, so I'm assuming, like, we don't want to get hit by the fireballs. He doesn't seem to ever focus us as the tank. Although he did just lay a fireball there. I don't want anybody to be standing in it. Oh shit, that was not what I wanted to do, but apparently it's gonna be fine. Nope, maybe not. We got him somehow, and then somehow the rogue lived. Oh god. That's gross. Do I want this? I guess. I guess I want this, right? I mean, no, maybe. Who knows? It's got expertise. It's got stamina. Like, it's got a lot of stamina. Warrior tanks do. I'm just gonna. We have a long way to go to ever level up our sword skill. I'll take it for now. I can't equip it right now anyway. My sword skill is pretty shitty. 162 out of 330. This is what happens when you don't think a character is ever gonna tank. When you let yourself be convinced a character's never gonna tank, you don't level up the one-handed weapon skills. And I didn't level up my one-handed weapon skills. And here we are. Does it look cool? That's what matters. Yeah, I think it looked pretty cool. I mean, to be fair, like, I love the Blood Elves, okay? They're my favorite race. Weapons and items are too small on them. Like, the weapons are too small, the shields are too small. Like, everything gets shrunk down to, like, really miniature size, and I don't like it. I really wish they could just hold bigger weapons. So yeah, it looks cool in the way that, like, it almost looks like a machete or a dagger and not really like a sword. This would probably be half again as long if it were wielded by a human or a dwarf or any of the core races. It would be much larger. And yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Warlocks are allowed in my group when I'm not the healer. If I don't have to deal with whatever they're doing with their HP, then I don't care. I'm selfish that way. Why did it bounce up there to this guy? What the hell? Why did it bounce up there to that guy? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't even think he was supposed to be part of that poll. Do they reset aggro? Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Either way, the result's the same. I can't tank shit if I can't keep aggro on it. They might have some kind of aggro drop. I don't really know what the boss does, except that at the end he duplicates himself. Or brings out his soul to fight, I don't know. Focus boss, then add, I don't know. The boss is what it gives the loot, so like the ad just hangs around. We have to kill it, but it doesn't drop any loot.
There's no turning back now.
Maybe he's just a tank and spec besides pulling out his ad. He doesn't seem to be... Oh, wait. Yep. Stolen soul. Okay. I mean, this seems not great. I guess we'd have to kill that stolen soul. I gotta tank him, so someone else is gonna have to kill the soul. Okay. He has a little aggro drop there. Alright, his ad's coming up. He dropped an agility, stamina ring with attack power. We do not need that. Well, there we go. At least we somehow managed to scrape out a win. It looked really bad at the start of the run. This place, I would say, is probably still a little bit above my gear level. And I probably won't come back to this one until we get a few other pieces. And that's if we find out there's even anything here that we need. Let's just hearth out of here. So the good news, I guess, is that we got a sword. The bad news is we don't have a lot of sword skill. So we're gonna have to get creative here. Gonna have to go skill this sucker up. The mage needed the agility stamina ring, did he really? Oh, he sure did. He sure did. Yep. It's a pro mage. I mean, look at his numbers. He's at the top of the DPS meter overall. That's how you know he's pro. I don't know why he rolled on it. Did the rogue need it too? I don't think anybody else rolled on it. I don't know. A shard is a shard. He's rolling to disenchant it. Well, that'd be awful. If he needed on it just to DE it, that's despicable, but it's fine. He gets to keep the shard. If you do it that way, then you gotta roll for the shard. You don't get to just take the blue because... You don't get to just take the blue for disenchanting because nobody else needs it. If you're gonna do that, then you gotta put the shard up for roll. No, I don't agree with that at all. I think that's highly unethical. Lael, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for joining us. We're at 200 out of 330. We have quite a bit to go to get this skilled up. It has to happen eventually anyhow. Well, someday I'm gonna have to do axes. Axes is at 0 right now, so it could be worse, you know. Dave, that'd be pretty brutal. That would be pretty brutal. Eventually I will buy an axe, and I'll probably do a lot of that in my own time. But I'm gonna subject you guys to the sword right now, because the sword's not that bad off. The great thing about these guys is they can't really hurt us. We won't be able to use the sword in this run, but I would like to get another run in here before the afternoon gets too late. At this rate, I'll be using the sword. Maybe, because I might have been one of the closest people to the stone. I probably am like one of the closest people. Obviously, like I'm not gonna like stop this combat till this guy's dead or till I'm dead. I'm trying to resist using lay on hands, seeing as how we're about to go do a dungeon. I could very well need it. But I don't have a lot of other options. What could we do? Could pop that healing potion. That helped out a little bit. I mean, 330 is the max right now. We're at 273. There's our summon. If I ever get out of combat with this guy, I should probably just pop the mace on and finish him off. There we go. Am I too low level for Shadow Labyrinth? Yes. I mean, I was barely able to survive Crypts, but I don't even think Shadow Labyrinth is in our list until 68. We found a relic for a cat druid. 20% chance per combo point to heal yourself. Well, that's very interesting, but also very incredibly specific. This druid didn't even want to have it. Just to have it. He said no. Some BOE male boots, strength, stamina, int, mana per 5, enhancement shami stuff. Looks like that's probably only good for an enhancement shaman with the strength on there. That pull is going to be a little bit bigger than I wanted it to be. Yeah, the healer got mana burned. Well, the Dark Casters didn't die quickly enough. In other words, it was a DPS problem. Not a healer problem, not a tank problem. Just a DPS problem. Hopefully they'll sort it out. You gotta single target them down. I know single targeting is awful for a mage. Oh man, if I'm a mage and I got a single target, I lose so much of my my DPS padding. They don't want to do it. They're gonna have to. Monica, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us today. How are we doing? We're doing okay. This is a pretty okay run. No big problems. And it's back within the range of what my gear is capable of. So that's nice. I don't know how we got all that shit. I shouldn't have opened my mouth. Everything was going fine until I said that it was. Now everything is shit. I don't know where that other group came from. No fucking clue. Didn't see him. Didn't think there was anything else back there. I got one more wipe in me and then I gotta be done for today. That is just all I've got. We got a one-handed sword that we can't use yet. It's almost skilled up enough. Maybe by the next time we play this character it'll be ready. But that's it. I feel like the only way you have tank gear at this point is if you've been tanking the whole time, you know? We leveled the character to 65 and we were not tanking. In fact, I think at one point I had tank gear. I decided I was never going to tank. I vendored all of that tank gear, and then I started collecting healing gear, and then I decided I wasn't going to heal. So, like, I think we had some tank gear at some point that we were slowly getting as off-spec gear from places like Hellfire, from places like Slave Pens, Underbog, Ramparts. Like, we had collected a little bit of gear, and then I think I just sold it all. Like a lunatic. I didn't even put it in the bank. I was like, nope, never going to do that. And then we got rid of all of it. So I think the only way to stay like current with gear as a tank is if you're tanking the entire way. Like, you start tanking dungeons early and you never stop. And that's how you get decked out in like all blue tanking stuff. But like trying to come into it like this, very, very tough. Very, very tough to make any gearing progress when we're coming into it like really late in the expansion leveling. Yeah, it kind of builds together though when you think about it. Like you start getting pieces in Ramparts and Blood Furnace. Those pieces get you into the next couple of dungeons. Like, it all kind of builds together. So when you skip half of the dungeons, you might not ever get the gear you need. You'll end up being in a really tough place to ever get into heroics. Unless you want to go back and do the really, really low level dungeons. Like, I don't really want to go do Blood Furnace and Ramparts. But no doubt there's stuff in there that we need to have. And it doesn't mean that there's going to be replacements for it somewhere else. You know, there could be rings and trinkets in there that are going to be the rings and trinkets we would wear until heroic. But since we didn't tank those, we didn't get any of that stuff. That does not mean there's going to be replacements somewhere else. Unfortunately, I wish it was that simple. I'm not even paying attention right now. I'm so out of it for today. It has been a day. If you want a character to be a tank and that you want them to succeed at it, you kind of have to determine that early on, in my opinion. Is crafted gear an option? Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure it is if you have thousands of gold to spend. Yeah, maybe. Could be an option for somebody. male shoulders with strength, stamina, and intellect. Yeah, more very specific enhancement shaman gear. It's the only person who would ever wear anything like that. And that stuff always drops when we don't have a shaman. I know, big surprise, right? Nice. Guys, that's all the time I have for today. I have to get going. I have somewhere that I absolutely have to be, and I can't be late, and I have to go. Thank you guys for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you guys sometime in the future. Bye for now.